Let's go live. Let's go live. Oh my goodness. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Shout out to everyone that's already in the chat. This is probably the earliest that we've ever done. No, we've done Love and Marriage around this time before. However, I could have did it at 10 o'clock. I could have did it at 9 o'clock this morning because I had rewatched the episode that I watched last night of Love and Marriage Huntsville early this morning. And I was like, I'm ready to talk about it now. Now, 2 hours later, I'm like, what did I watch? You know, I watch these shows begrudgingly, some of them twice. This is interfering with my Love is Blind season 4 watch. Just saying. Oh, and it's good. Sidebar. I kind of feel because we don't have any new shows coming on tonight on Bravo or any other reality. Well, we have 90 Day Fiancé, but we talk about that. We talk about that on Tuesday Takeover. However, can we do a separate live just to talk about Love is Blind season 4 tomorrow evening? Can we make an official date, all of us, here on YouTube and on Facebook, Twitch and Twitter, and maybe behind the scenes on TikTok? Sidebar, can you guys hear me? Look, can you see me? Look. So I did watch Love and Marriage Huntsville last night, and I tweeted a couple of things last night, and then I rewatched it again this morning. Woo, 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 Kempire. Woo, 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 poor you. I enjoyed the episode, though. But I have to say, I don't look forward sometimes recapping some of these shows. I tell you guys, I do this for you. Look, I do this for you. But I have to say, I was engaged with last night's episode, and we're going to go over some of the most important parts. I'm not going to go through every single detail of every single storyline. We're going to talk about all of that. But per usual, be sure to like the video. Be sure to check out all of everything Kempire at TheKempire.com. Subscribe to our podcast, Kempire Radio. I know you're like, Kempire, where is a new episode? Well, I was trying to work on one yesterday, and then, I had some other stories that I had to cover. Be sure to check out the video that I did. It's a short form video, even though it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, about Ed Sheeran and Mike Young, the viral Subway singer. Sometimes I do a video and I'm like, I just have my heart in it. You can see it on my TikTok. You can see it on my Instagram as well. Shout out to Ed Sheeran. You are invited to the cookout. You're invited to church today. Okay? All right, let's get into a countdown, and then we're going to talk about everything Love and Marriage Huntsville. And what happened with those ratings last week, Carlos? I kid. I'm still helping promote the show. I'm talking about it. Let's get into countdown, guys, and then we are going to be taking callers today as well.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. As always, guys, I want to know where you are watching from. Hold on. Don't forget. I want to know where you're watching from. I always love to know where our audience is and what shows and what countries people are watching. You know what I mean? Because it's always interesting to me. I don't know if Love and Marriage Huntsville is very international, but it might be. And the only way I'm going to know is if you tell me. So let me know if you are international and watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. Shout out to our King's Guard. Shout out to the members of our channel. To become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. It is a look. Can you believe Mother's Day is right around the corner? I won't be in town for Mother's Day, but it's right around the corner. And you know what I'm going to tell you about? Get your Rose Forever if you haven't already. Roses that last forever. Well, not forever, but close enough. At least a year. You know, we had some for Valentine's Day. I have some in the studio right now. I love them. I'm about to order some more. You know, a little something from the bathroom. You know what I mean? So when you have guests, you know, they feel like you have a little class. Just saying. But you can get $25 off, guys, when you use our discount code Kempire25 for $25 off for roses that, first of all, aren't okay. Wait until to Mother's Day to try and get some regular roses that's going to last for maybe like a week or two, and you're going to be paying hundreds of dollars when you can pay a couple of $100 and these roses will last you for the year. It's spring out your house, y'all. Even if you're getting something for yourself. Cece's watching from London. What's going on, London? So people in London watch Love and Marriage Huntsville? I'm asking. I want to know. Anyways, guys. All right. So happy Sunday. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday. You know, we're back at it. Back in the studio, back recapping Love and Marriage. You know, Love and Marriage DC is on a little bit of a break, but they do have like 10 more episodes. I'm not sure when exactly they're supposed to be coming back. Bell Collective is coming back. A lot of you love Bell Collective. That's coming back as well. I saw the commercial yesterday for that. So I believe that probably like on Friday nights. We'll probably just combine talking about them on a Sunday. All right. And what else did I want? Okay, let's get into this episode. So this is only episode 2. And you know I love to twerk on a fence. I'm going to be twerking all over this fence in this episode recap, okay? Just because I can see a bunch of different sides. Maybe. Maybe. All right. Candace, thank you so much. Candace says, Denver here. I adore you, Kempire, and appreciate you. Thank you so much, Candace. I want to go to Denver. All right. Nadi says, Staten Island, chillin', South Jersey. Are you from Staten Island, Nadi? D Night says, yes, people from London watch Love and Marriage. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if it was available. You know, certain shows are just not available to the international community, but that's cool to know. That's cool to know. SL says, so excited for Bell Collective. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Because I know a lot of you want to call in and share your thoughts. I just wanted to, you know, see how you guys are doing and where everyone is watching from. All right. So let's get into this. So at the top of this episode, and I know a lot of you have been tagging me, telling me, oh, Stormy is not who you think she is, Kempire. She used Melody to get on this show. However, I need to point out, as soon as we saw Stormy on the show and we saw Stormy, you know, being friends with Melody, we all predicted that this friendship wouldn't last. We all predicted this, didn't we? Just saying. So they're going back and forth. And I already told you that when Melody started bringing up, you could have DM'd me. If one of my good friends or someone I already have their phone number, I don't DM people that I have their phone number. Unless we're sharing something that we see on social media, then we will DM each other for that. But if I'm trying to have a conversation with my real friends, I'm not DMing them. I'm texting them or I'm calling them. So we already knew this wasn't a real friendship. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, you know, Stormy has wanted to get on reality TV. She tried to get on Bell Collective. Da, da. Well, we already told you this. Even people with money want fame. But also, it's a great platform to promote her already successful business, Canvas Beauty. Remember when we first were introduced to her? I feel like we discovered her. Okay, we did. But we paid attention at that Destiny party that she had on Stormy's estate. We were like, who's that? And then we Google schmoogled and we were like, oh, she owns Campus Beauty. It's a really successful business. And then, she was like Melody's henchman last season against Destiny. And she was like, what's up? But what I appreciated from Stormy last season, when we were seeing her talk about her business, how she started her business, how she manifested her business, I was like, I like this person. I like her. But we all know, because you all know me, twerking on a fence, I like her this week. Next week, she could say something, and I'll be like, this is not one of those weeks. Do I believe she used Melody to bring to put her on the show? Possible. Look, but would that be Melody's karma? Because Melody likes to use people too. Let's talk about it. Melody, calm down, girl. I got your back later on in this episode. This is just reality TV. Some of these folks take this stuff so serious. You guys are watching an edited show. Not you guys, but you know what I'm saying. You're watching an edited show and you are choosing sides. You're getting mad. You're fighting people on social media over people you do not know and will never meet. Not you guys, though. Anyways. So Stormy and Melody are having this conversation because Stormy's like, where you been? I haven't heard from you. You changed your phone number. I text you. She's like, did you text me again? Did you try DMing me? If I have to jump through hoops to be your friend, please trust and believe I'm not doing it. Nope. I'm not doing it. I don't know. Some people are willing to jump through hoops to be people's friend, to be in relationships with people. I'm not one of those people. Please understand that. I'm not jumping through hoops to be your friend, Melody. But maybe Melody expects that because, I know you want to be on this show. So, girl, if we DM all the time. Melody and her nasty nice in her southern way. We be DMing all the time, Stormy. I thought Stormy was going to give us another what's up because she had that face on. She had that face on like she was ready. She was ready for Melody. So they had that little sort of back and forth. They moved from where they were talking to another spot. And then this whole conversation about, look, because I don't keep up on all of the Love and Marriage Huntsville tea that falls out on social media because y'all grown. Why y'all fighting back and forth on social media? Anyways. So there was this rumor that Stormy had recorded Melody. But Stormy says in her confessional, this rumor about me recording her and the information that was released, she was on this whole YouTube media tour, Melody. And that's how people got all this information. I have to ask you guys a question. I mean, we weren't there. We don't know. Do you think that Stormy recorded Melody? Look, again, we don't know any of these people. We're just being introduced to Stormy. So I don't know what she's capable of. But what I've gotten from Stormy so far, if you told me Destiny, I probably would have been like, yeah, she did it. She did it. I don't know. I don't get that energy from Stormy so far, but we don't know her. So, and look, Melody has been accused before of, going on social media and do these social media tours and press tours and things like that. She's doing it already right now. Because look, very much like the Housewives, these reality TV stars know how influential social media commentators are. They understand how influential YouTubers are. These networks understand how influential and how content creators like myself drive ratings, drive interest, drive engagement to their shows, especially after last week's ratings. I'm just saying. Miss Rapture says, Melody annoyed me when she said DM me. What the F? I am your friend. Text, call, invite me out, but DM me after you change her number. She can kick rocks with that one. That annoyed me too, because let one of my real friends tell me that. Let one of my real friends tell me that. IB, what's going on, IB? IB says, I don't think Stormy recorded her. What would she gain from that? Exactly, IB. I don't know. But again, we don't really know these people. If she could prove it, if there was something that was said that was only said to Stormy, that's one thing. Sidebar, they talk about, the reunion, because remember at the reunion, it was kind of weird because they weren't really engaging with each other, Stormy and Melody. Come to find out, they had been there for like 10 hours and they had not even spoken to each other. And their dressing rooms were right next to each other. Here's the thing, Melody. Like, I wish I could ride with you in this whole situation, but this is like the third or fourth person on this show that has had a similar experience with you when it comes to friendship. And I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. I understand Melody does not have time to, for needy friends. I get that. You have 4 kids, you have businesses, you're a single mom, and then you have this crazy mother father stalking you. I mean, your ex-husband that wants to spend time with you and get back with you. So I understand you don't have time. You don't have time. Especially with 4 kids. That alone. Latasha says, well, Kempire, they were, quote, working on a friendship, not friends yet. That part. But still, if you have my number, if we have each other's number, don't tell me, oh, you should have DM me. No, we're working on a friendship, but we have each other's number and you changed your number. I'm supposed to DM you to find out the information? Simone, welcome to the party. Maybe this is your first time. My opinion. You have your opinion. I have mine. So you might think I'm wrong about Mel, but this is how I feel about Mel. Okay? Stay tuned, because my feelings change throughout the episode. Okay. Mel, is that you on your burner? That flip phone that we got last week? I kid. Please understand, I kid. Let me say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are recapping the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 2 for season 6. Can you believe it's been 6 seasons? Keep in mind, these seasons aren't like your normal seasons. We get a season every 3 months, okay? It's like Top Model, okay? Danielle says, church was so good today. Love to hear it. Thank you, Danielle, for the super chat as well. Danielle says, Carlos already said that Stormy was brought to him before Mel tried to put him on to her. Was that for Bell Collective? Just asking. Thanks, Danielle, for the super chat and the tea. Tiana, thank you so much for the super chat. Tiana says, didn't Stormy refer to Mel as an associate or acquaintance at the reunion? If I'm an associate, you would not get my new number. Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, don't sit here and tell me to DM you. I'm not DMing you. If I had your number before and you didn't tell me you changed your number, just saying. TB says, oh, the burner phone had me weak. A flip phone at that. It's those little moments. Bueller says, Mel, is that you on your burner? Stop quoting me, Bueller. But yeah. Okay. The Melanators, calm down. Kempire, you don't have an ounce of compassion for Mel. It's hard to see. This clearly, for me, says that you guys have not watched all of my recaps. Please understand, my feelings for all of this cast switch up depending on the episode. All right? And please understand, this is my recap. Just saying. And this is why people love me. Now, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Thank you, Ms. Rapture. Ms. Rapture agrees. Kempire, let them know it's your opinion and they have theirs. Exactly. Anyways, back to this. Oh, look. Oh. Moving on. All right. So Melody has that conversation with Stormy. It doesn't It doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really go anywhere. Then Martel. Martel starts to insist to Melody. Okay, so Melanators, I'm going to have your back on this one. So Martel insists on walking Melody to her car. She's like, I'm just across the street. I'm just across the street. I'm okay. I'm in front of the building. It literally was, because there was like the, I guess, like outside area where you can eat, and then you see her car, you see her truck. So she's just like, I don't need you to walk me. He's like, but you're the mother of my children. I want to make sure you're safe. I don't want anyone to grab you up. Here's the thing. Martel, just in that moment, I'm thinking to myself, you're concerned for her safety, but you're not concerned for her sexual health when you or sleeping around on her. You're not concerned for taking her to court and trying to make her look like a bad mother to the entire world on social media and in the court system. It's the hypocrisy. Oh, you're the mother of my children. I need to make sure that you're safe. No, you want to try and flirt with her. And you have not stopped ever since she decided to say, God said go. Ever since then, when she says she is done with you, now you want to start. Now you want to start and try be a his words, a gentleman. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't know the understanding of the definition of a gentleman. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Does a gentleman cheat on their wife? Does a gentleman impregnate the mistress multiple times? Does a gentleman disrespect his wife outside of the cheating? Disrespect her the way that he's disrespected her on social media and on this show? You are not a gentleman, Martel. You are trash. Trash. Martel, I'm gonna have your back though on one issue a little bit later on though. One little issue for a hot second, and then I'm gonna trash you again. Look, I'm gonna trash you again. And we know that relationship with Sheree is for television. It's a scheme that Carlos set up for the BS. So Melody decides to say goodbye to Tiffany. Tiffany this season, she's pregnant, but Tiffany is going to be messy, messy, messy boots this season. She is activated this season. So Melody goes to say goodbye to Tiffany. And Martel, very much, because we already knew his true intention, he didn't want to make sure that she was safe getting to her car. He wants to flirt with her. He wants to try and get back into her good graces. And I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Martel, but we already know your intentions are not genuine. You just want to get back that old thing because you want to have the old thing and still have your cake and eat it too. Here's the thing, and this is for anyone that's trying to win back a partner. Let me give you some advice on this Sunday. Let me give you some advice on this Sunday. Do we got the church music? Wait, do we got some church? Wait, hold on. Let me give you some advice on this Sunday. All right? Martel, are you listening? Don't let me go grab my choir outfit. Martel, and anyone that's trying to win a partner back, the only way you're going to win a partner back is not by your words, fool. It is by your actions. If you had spent the last 3-4 years with your actions showing Melody that you are a gentleman, that you genuinely want to win her back, you would have shown her with your actions, but you have no depth, Martel Holt. You just want to have the trophy wife, and then you want to have your side chick pregnant again. I don't know if she's pregnant again, I'm just saying. If you truly wanted Melody back, you would have shown that with your actions. But no, you know what you do? You give her one energy like, did you pray? Did you pray yet? Did you pray for me? Did you pray on it? Yes, she did. And God said, girl, I told you to stay away from that mother. Melody, and I've said this before, you will only allow someone to abuse you past the point you abuse yourself. And Melody said, you have reached that point. I am done. Good for you, Melody. I'm glad finally. Oh my goodness, this episode where they showed so many of the throwbacks with all of the trash that Martel has put Melody through. We needed a refresher too, because some of y'all get in your feelings. You're like, maybe she should forgive him. No, don't forgive him. Forget him. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. It's church. So, and then he looks all hurt when she walks away. Oh, first of all, when he comes up to Tiffany and Lewis and it's just like, yeah, we're leaving, to make it seem like they're leaving together. It's like he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. And he'll never get it. And I'm glad, I do think there's a little part of Melody that likes the attention, that likes the fact that he, still wants that. But she's like, I'm not giving you that. I'm never going back to you. And look, I agree with her. I'm glad that she's given him enough opportunities. All right. Kimmy and Maurice. First of all, I know we talked about this a little bit last week. Kimmy, as you know, she's on her cancer journey. She's about to have surgery, but of course is still trying to make sure that the home is good. She's making sure that Maurice is good. And Maurice is like, you got to stop. You got to relax. You got to focus on, being good for this surgery. All right. And I'm just happy that she is doing better. Look, we're still praying for you, Kimmy. We're still hoping for the best, because you just never know with cancer. And I get why Maurice was sort of like hesitant to have any sort of celebration until they were through the entire situation. You just don't want to celebrate too quickly. But so far, so good. So far, so good. But then they talk about Martel. And Maurice is just like, Melody's done with him. And when he came back from outside, he's like, it's cold out there, isn't it? Maurice ain't ish. But I agree. I think I forgot to talk about the conversation that Kimmy had with Martel at the event. And honestly, look, I'm dealing with my little hand situation, and I could barely do some stuff on my own. You don't realize how much you need every part of your body, like every little thing. But she talks about this, like, I am so grateful to have Maurice during this whole situation, because when you're sick, especially battling cancer or something's very serious, having a partner, that's why you have a partner. That's why we call them a partner. It's, the sex and all this. Yeah, that's all well and good. But these moments are when your partner are supposed to show up. And of course, Martel misses having a partner. But Martel misses having a partner, but he still wants to be gallivanting. So Kimmy can tell, she's like, for all of us, we're forever going to see you and Melody together. Y'all need to let that go, though. Yeah, my thing is, you could always have that in your head, but I wouldn't even bring it up to them. I wouldn't bring it up to Melody. I wouldn't even bring it up to Martel, because I think bringing it up to Martel keeps it in his mind and keeps him incessantly going after Melody. And we need him to leave her alone before she pulls out a restraining order. At this point, do you think she needs one? See, that would be hard because they have 4 kids together, but it's possible. Just saying, it's definitely possible, because some of his behavior is disturbing. So Kimmy and Maurice talk about, Martel and Martel missing, missing Melody and the relationship, and he needs to let that go. And poor Sheree is probably watching this season, but she knows what this is. She knows this is not a real relationship. He still is not confirming on this, these first 2 episodes that this is anything. They're taking things slow. Okay. Look, all right. I don't believe this relationship. But we are going to get Sheree. We are going to get Sheree at some point this season because she does come to Huntsville. All right. I'm wondering, when are we going to get Sheree? Because the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta starts May 7th. Look, I told you before, I didn't think Bravo would let it happen, but they're apparently letting it happen. Miss Rapture says, I don't like Maurice at all, but I am glad he's there for Kimmy. I know a lot of it. Look, everyone has had a journey with Maurice, but these are the moments. These are the moments where we expect our partners to show up. And I think Maurice has definitely shown up for Kimmy. And she's so grateful because can you imagine going through cancer without, I mean, you'll have probably your family, but I'm sure there are people that don't necessarily have an extended family, or a partner to help them get through certain things. I told you today, I'm like trying to do things myself, and I'm like, oh, this would have been nice if I had a partner, or at least a cleaning lady, something. You know what I mean? All right. So moving on from Kimmy and Maurice at home, we have this scene with Chris Fletcher inviting Martel to his date night with Nail. So, they've been longtime friends. We already seen them on the show before. Okay. I guess for Chris and Nell, they're sort of like mentors or, really good friends to Martel and Melody. I don't know how do you guys feel about these grown folks that I don't even know if they're that close. I know they're friends, but for them to be weighing in or hearing about their marriage issues, I don't know about that. But of course, Chris and Nell, they've met Sheree and they're asking, so what is this? What exactly is this relationship? Because we've met her. So what is it? And you know what he says? We're taking things slow. How slow? First of all, you guys are grown. And Sheree's grown. How slow are you going to take this? Asking for a friend. The friend is all of us. He did say, though, he plans to get engaged this year. What? To whom? See, that's the part that's a little scary. Who exactly are you going to get engaged to? It's not Sheree. And if he gets engaged to Sheree, it really is for television. I don't believe in this relationship. I'm going to watch and pay attention to this relationship on Real Housewives of Atlanta and whatever scene we get with them on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But I don't believe it. Sheree needed another partner because Prison Bay fell through. Ain't that some ish? Sheree was with Prison Bay all that time. He was locked up. Locked up, won't let me out. Locked up. Oh, someone said Ariane. Is Ariane? He gonna get engaged to Ariane? Oh Lord. And then he gets out, and now she's by her lonesome. She's with Martel. Of all people to be with after Prison Bay, she needs to make better life choices. She's too grown to be making these flimsy life choices. Monica says, because Martel's lease is expiring and he doesn't have a place to live. You know what? Y'all ain't right. Danielle, thank you so much for another super chat. Danielle says, not only did Mel change her number, but she called Stormy from her burner phone. She called everyone, though, from her burner phone. I'm trying to be fair. Simone, thank you so much for the super chat. Simone says, Kempire, I've been around for years. I'm a fellow Taurus. We just disagree on Mel. Thank you, Simone. That's okay. And we can agree. We can disagree. That's fine here. And Stormy's a snake. See, but look, I don't know Stormy from a can of paint. So who knows? She could be. All right. But thank you for the super chat. Wait, what's this say? Gray, what are you talking about? She's using Kempire to boost her page. That's okay. Who? Who? Like who? Random comments that I see in the live chat. I want to know more though. Look, I like to be nosy. Who? All right, back to this. So Chris Fletcher and Nell are asking more about Martel. So we have this scene with Martel, again trying to get with Melody, trying to find out if she preyed on getting back with him, and then he throws her under the bus and her being a mom to these couples on camera talking about she has 20 babysitters, and Nell's like 20 babysitters. It's not 12. It's not 20. And he's like, but what if it really is 20 now? But is it 20 on Martel? And here's the thing. And this is where Martel, this is the 1 second. I hope you're paying attention. Everyone pause. I'm going to have Martel's back for 1 second. If you blink, you might miss it. Sometimes, and I've seen this argument before with people that are divorcing or divorced. Where a parent, when the other parent may be having other people babysitting because, they're working or whatever, they're like, well, instead of having a babysitter, I want to have that time with my children. I will babysit. So I felt for him in that brief second, but only come to when you hear Melody talk with Nell later, he's just using that as an excuse to be around her, he's using the kids to try and control her. I believe that. But for a second there, because because in real life, people that have gone through divorce, I've heard that argument before. Instead of getting, someone to babysit, if you can't watch the kids, let me have that time with the kids. But then when we fast forward to that conversation that Melody has, and one of the very rare times that Melody is vulnerable in front of the camera, she says, I never imagined in my life that I would have weekends or weeks or days without seeing my children. And that to me was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. And I felt for her. I felt for her truly in that moment. But we'll get back to that moment. So Martel, as we already knew, because we had seen this all playing out on social media, has taken Melody to court. It's taken Melody to court because he doesn't want 20 babysitters. Look, you notice every time he talks about the babysitters, he talks about Melody's gay brother. I have to emphasize the gay part because I believe that's the issue. And Martel, I don't know why he has such an issue with Melody's brother. And he was like, oh, well, they didn't grow up with each other. Basically, though, because when did they meet each other? I think they were like 13 when they finally met each other, her and her brother. Melody's damn near 40. And that's a whole other level of homophobia we won't even get into because we've talked about this for seasons at this point. Because he always brings up the brother. It's not like she's having some random Johnny come lately or one of her men watching your children. Then I could understand. But again, we all know what this is. Him taking her to court, him making this an issue about the children. We know this is just his way of trying to get back into her life to control her life. And this is why when he's trying to flirt with her and he's trying to be like, oh, I want to get back with her. Or he doesn't even say it like that. I'm being honest with what's happening. He's basically trying to, he says, I'm trying to be good with her. I'm trying to co-parent. No, you're trying to get back with her. And I love that the producers and the editors showed all the times that he's been trying to get back with her. All right. So he brings that up. And this is where he lost me. I was like, oh, and this is why I had to tell you, Martel, if you really wanted Melody back, I don't think it's possible at this point. However, if you really wanted Melody back, the only way that you could have done that was proving it through action, not by your words, because your word has no value to Melody and not to the audience. Nothing that you say people take with any sort of credibility. Did you pass the builder's license yet? Did we ever get to the bottom of that? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I didn't realize how this soundbite is useful for a lot of these reality stars. Martel, this is now your soundbite, okay? So I like, okay, all right. Miss McGee says Martel is homophobic, period. Mel's brother loves those kids and is far better role model than Martel. Just saying. Guys, we are going to be taking callers. How many people we got in the building? We have almost 900 people watching on multiple platforms. We're talking about the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hold on, let me get my little things up. Love and Marriage Huntsville. As you know, it comes on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure. You're welcome, Carlos. I'm helping promote, okay? Mommy Yonda says, I love when you play. I thought we would have to end it after Latasha ended. Well, not ended, but you know what I mean. But no, it's perfect for Martel. All right, moving on from Martel, Letitia meets with her cousin Courtney. And first of all, I'm going to start nice. No, I mean, I feel like the scene was pretty nice. I don't really have anything bad to say about Letitia. Letitia's a smart woman. And to find out that she just got her broker's license, and now she's asking her cousin to join her brokerage, I can understand why her cousin is a little hesitant. Not because of anything with Letitia. She just switched from one brokerage to another. So me personally, even if that's family, if you would do that to someone else, just say, yes, I'm going to leave them without being responsible, then I would look at you with the side eye like, well, are you going to do that to me? Are you going to Mauricio me? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Are you going to Mauricio me? By the end of their conversation, though, she basically was like, well, I'll join. I was just like, but no, congratulations to Letitia. All right. It's not easy, first of all, to do all of what she's done. The education. We found out in this episode that she had a full ride to college. Like, she's a smart cookie, like book smart. Okay. So this leads to a conversation about Kiki, their cousin Kiki. And she talks about how Kiki was part of and look, and I can appreciate her giving Kiki some credit for her, finding out about the scholarships and things like that. But at the end of the day, Letitia, that was important for you to find out because there's so many scholarships that people don't know about and end up going unused. But it also was your own smarts that got you that scholarship too, Letitia. Tisha. Just saying. I mean, but I can appreciate her in that moment, appreciating her cousin Kiki. And her Kiki were really close. And I know Kiki went on live for like almost 2 hours. Like, I could not watch all of it. I watched a couple of clips. All right. And Kiki's like, I don't remember everything that was said at Melody's party. It was like an 8-hour event. I don't remember every single detail. Do you guys believe that? How do you feel about Kiki? Courtney was just like, I think Kiki is not happy with with the choices that she's made and how her life has turned out. Kiki did not like that Courtney said that. But Courtney, I feel like, is coming from a good place. I think she wants all of them to be able to get along. Because at the end of the day, and I said this before about other reality shows recently, I can't think of the show. Oh, we were talking about the Escape reality show. At the end of the day, this reality show, when it's all said and done, this is still your family member. So if you can salvage this relationship, and look, you can't always salvage family relationships, like the Latasha and Tamika situation. I mean, I hope they could, but that's a hard one, especially with Rocky in the situation. But I feel like Tisha and Kiki were close at one point. And Kiki has allowed her friendship with Melody to affect her relationship with her cousin. And I appreciate Kiki. Kiki last season shared, her addiction issues and things like that. And that was part of the reason why it created issues with the entire group. And of course, I'm sure it's affected other parts of her life as well. Sidebar. Okay, this is completely off topic. Look, completely off topic. Did you guys notice an energy between Tisha and the bartender BP? BP was cute though. Come on now. I just noticed an energy. I just noticed an energy. Moving on. So one of my favorite scenes from this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6, episode 2, was this scene with Nell and Melody. And the reason why it was my favorite scene from this episode was because it was one of the rare times that we've seen Melody be vulnerable and really share, like, this is not how I pictured my life. Being a single mom, raising 4 kids on my own, having these issues with Martel, a man that I supposedly loved. And she breaks down. Because now, see, this is where I was like a little uncomfortable because Nell brings up what Martel said during that dinner. And I was just like, this is a lot now. You're asking about who's she dating. You're bringing up the whole, babysitter situation. I just feel like y'all are a little too involved in these grown folks' marriage right now. But I do believe that Martel and Melody look to the Fletchers as sort of like mentors. And they're okay with it. So if they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I just was a little uncomfortable. So she brings that up. And so that leads into Melody, saying like, no. And this is what Martel has been doing, she says. She says, ever since they've been divorcing, he's been going around town trying to make her look like a bad mom. And that, to me, alone is a reason for her to be done with Martel. I don't think that Melody is a bad mom. I mean, I'm not there with her every day, all day. I don't know. But I also don't, again, Martel does not have any credibility. He is a known liar. So I can't. But when she breaks down and she says, I'd never imagined that there would be days that I would not see my children. But see, that's the hard part about divorce. Like you have kids, you never think in your head like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to be splitting my time with my kids, and I'm trying to negotiate this with someone that I can't negotiate with. That's someone that I consider toxic in my life. Sidebar: Melody does not want to look. Melody does not want to share her personal life on this show, including the man that she's supposedly dating. Do you blame her, or are you upset about that? See, me as someone that's a very private person, I'm like, but again, I'm not on reality TV. And if that's a major part of her life, but maybe this person that she's dating or persons is not a major part of her life. And she's just having a good time. And that's the thing too, Stormy. And look, if she has 4 kids, multiple businesses, has to deal with this other situation, filming a reality show, and she's dealing with a new guy, she ain't got no time for associates. She doesn't have any time for associates. I wish y'all luck when I start dating. I'm not gonna have no time on a Sunday. Look, I hope I'm hugged up with somebody on a Sunday in my bed and not here. Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I mean, I would still do my recap, but maybe not on a Sunday. Or look, she does not have time for people that are working on a friendship. Okay. I'll get back to you. DM me. Playing. Look. Oh my gosh. Mamiana. I love this name. Mamiana, have you always been around? I just don't recognize this name. I don't like how people want Martel and Melody to get back together like there isn't a whole outside baby. That part. I wouldn't be able to love that child if I was her. I mean, that's honest, and I can appreciate the honesty. Some people are like, oh my God, you can't say that as a child. Well, I appreciate the honesty because I think a lot of people feel that way, but they won't say it out loud in public in front of almost 900 people. Just saying. Guys, if you're a member of the channel, I am going to drop the call-in link for you on the community tab here on YouTube. Someone said, Mommy says Mel needs a restraining order. Look, don't get me started. Look, do not get me started. Hold on. Let me just drop the call-in link for our members first. And guys, if you missed it, I did do a recap of the latest episode of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. We also had our special Thirsty Thursday where I covered all the stuff that I may have missed in the last week of when I was away. So be sure to check that out here on the channel. And be sure to check out our short content on TikTok and on Instagram Reels, because I did a special story about Ed Sheeran surprising this viral Subway singer. Look, I was in my feelings recording that video. So be sure to check that out if you missed it as well. Senior Royals, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you first. Let me just bring this up. There we go. And shout out to everyone watching on Watifo is watching on Twitch. I see you watching from Denmark. Shout out to everyone in Denmark. I was just there for the holidays. And I'm about to fly out again. I can't wait. Okay, let me do this. Okay, Senior Royals, I dropped the call link for you. Royal Court members, I am dropping the call-in link for you. Live chat, we are almost at 400 likes. Once we get to 400 likes, I will drop the call-in link for you. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. So thank you in advance. And did I drop the... I didn't drop it for Team Kempire. Let me just drop the call-in link for Team Kempire as well. All right. So Melody has that conversation with Nell. And like I said, for me, that was the best scene because for the very first time, I was like, oh, wow. I liked seeing her vulnerable. And for me, being vulnerable doesn't mean you have to cry. But sharing like, no, like this is your truth. This is the way that you feel. And I feel like we get that every once in a while with Melody, but I feel like she's been putting up a lot of walls. A lot of walls, rightfully so, especially around Martel. Okay. All right. So the final scene of this episode, we have Kiki and Tisha meeting up to have a conversation. And why is it when Kiki walked in, did you guys see the trainer's face? The trainer's face was like, she was shocked too when Kiki came in. Like she knew that it was about to go down, right? I was like, why does the trainer look so shocked? Like you didn't know the call she said, Kiki's coming. So Kiki and Letitia, and this conversation is going to continue into next week's episode, they have their conversation about their issues. What do you guys think their issues really are? Is their issue just Mel? And look, just when I thought in their conversation that they were going to get to a better place, it goes left. It goes left. And at one point, Tisha's just like, I don't want to have to, I don't want to get angry and start spilling other people's information because you're married too. I mean, we don't see this side of Tisha very often, but I could appreciate it. I can appreciate it. And what I can also appreciate is next week, Tisha's kids are coming to her defense. Did Marcel, we haven't really gotten a lot of Marcel this season. Are you happy about that? And those kids look just like Marcel. But the kids are coming to their mom's defense with the way he's speaking to her. Oh, it's just, Florida Girl says, just a storyline for TV. Yeah, because I'm just sort of like, I am on the verge of being bored with the Kiki versus Tisha situation. Morgan says Tisha takes no accountability. That's the thing. IB says, I think the cousin's issue is jealousy. TB says, I think it's childhood issues and trauma that carried over to adult life. See, so nobody really has a full understanding what it is. Okay. So, because everyone has a different thing. Oh, Ms. Z says, yes, you sided with my enemy, my ops, Melody. What I have to say from the preview, Tiffany Whitlow is fully activated this season. Pregnant and all, she's fully activated because she's going to get into it with Kiki. And she's going to get into it with someone else. Who was it? Who else is she dropping tea with? Sheree. Sheree. She's fully activated. The Tiffany that we were first introduced to is back. Girl Mills on my TikTok says Tisha is mad Kiki is friends with Mel. So would you be upset that if your cousin, your blood cousin that you grew up with, that you consider the best friend, is choosing someone that, yeah, she's known Melody for a long time, but that's not your cousin? Robin says, I could not get through this episode. I started it twice. Did not finish. Will not finish. This is my last season. How do you guys feel about that? Let me see what you guys says. Jola says Tiffany needed to be activated. She looked great. She does look great pregnant. She's glowing. She's glowing, and she's going to be messy. She's going to be messy. I mean, I didn't think that they would get pregnant, but here they are. And apparently Lewis gets activated this season as well against Martel. Jade says Tiffany's trying to save her job. Well, I'm here for it. Look, I'm here for it. All right, we're going to get into some callers. If you're a member of the channel, I've already dropped the call-in link on the community tab. For the live chat, we are almost at 400 likes. Once we get to 400 likes, I will drop the call-in link in the live chat. If you're part of the replay crew, I want to know how would you rate, first of all, I want to know where you're watching from, but how would you rate the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville? And as I said to you before, the ratings for the premiere episode was in the 200,000 for the live viewers, which, look, you don't always have to go by just the live viewing, but that's quite down. But it also was Easter. I mean, I still watched it, and I was on vacation. You're welcome, Carlos. All right. Girl Mill says recycling storyline. Shout out to our TikTok community that's watching behind the scenes as well. Replay crew, everyone, don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Don't forget to subscribe. We hit over 400 likes on this video. So let me just drop the call-in link in the live chat. But members, I'm going to I'm going to have a 2-minute timer for everyone. And those of you that aren't members will be getting a minute. Sorry. Look, time is precious. I'm trying to go find me a boo I can cuddle up with on a Sunday afternoon. I'm not. I'm gonna go hit the Peloton. Whoa, Kempire. Whoa. Don't cry for me. It's all a choice. All right, let's get to some of our favorite Love and Marriage Huntsville callers, because these are some of our regulars that are backstage. So let me bring them up. Brooklyn Star is going to... Oh, wait. Let me switch this out. Hold on, Brooklyn Star. Let me switch this out. Look, ow. Okay. Let me just do this. And let me put up our disclaimer. All right, callers. And let me bring this up. Hold on. I am working really with one hand because, yeah, look. Woo, Kempire. Woo. I'm gonna be all right. Look, I'm gonna be all right. No one told me after a cortisone shot that you could be in pain for the next couple of days. Ow. Look, who's gonna come cook for me? I'm kidding. All right. Let's get to the callers. All right. And again, shout out to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them. Brooklyn Star, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on, Brooklyn Star?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to try to be so quick because I do have something important to say towards Mel and Martel. But the ratings were not going to win against Jesus Christ, Kempire. And I really think that Martel is crazy. I don't think he's just like, oh, I'm a gentleman. She knows I'm a gentleman, but she also knows that you're a whore and a liar. Ooh. And it always seems that when he says 20 babysitters, I don't think he can count. It always leads to Marcus. The 20 babysitters always equal the one Marcus. He seems to have a problem with. I like Nell, spelled actually Nell, which I thought was weird. I thought it was Neel, but it's actually Nell. Mm-hmm. I like her, and I could tell by Chris Fletcher's body language that she plays no games. I think she kills you with her smile. You think she's nice, but she will gather you together. I think she's going to be like a shakeup.
Oh.
Um, I also noticed the bartender, and Tisha was flirting. Okay, when she was
Oh.
just like, I noticed you on payroll, and I'm like, I'm sure you're gonna ask him about some overtime because he was cute.
It
Okay,
was. It was.
yeah. And I also want to say that I can relate to Mel. I know people don't understand her or like her, but I totally get her because I think I said before the same situation happened to me, but luckily I only had one child. I literally
Ooh.
move a state away to get away from that situation because my ex was very charming. Nobody could believe the antics that he was doing behind the scenes.
Oh.
Even having a child out of our relationship, everything, the antics, and nobody literally would believe me. Like,
Mm.
oh, he's so charming, easily to make friends with. People couldn't believe it. I had to literally move away. And I feel for her because people play you out to be the insane one.
Mm.
And to this day, my daughter just turned 18. Thank God. I'm blocking my number after graduation. It's still behind the scenes trying to hurt me, but it's not affecting me. It's never has, just my child.
Mm.
It's insane out there. I feel like give her some grace because the charming ones, you will never understand the tricks that they will play on you.
Mm. Do
Like
we
to
do we
try to
do we really think that
mess,
Martel's that charming?
people think a pretty face, let's
That
just say
part.
his attractiveness is what it is. I don't think he's intelligent. It's his face that people think, oh, he couldn't have. And people, I'm sorry, but people will literally come up to you. Why won't you take him back? Like a kid is not a big deal. A kid outside a relationship is not a big deal. You'll be amazed how many people want you to overlook
Mm.
something as big as that. I've had people tell me, no, stay. You're getting well taken care of. You can overlook this. My
Mm.
ex-mother-in-law tell me, well, soon I call her my ex-mother-in-law, like, he should have told you after the wedding. Like people will make you feel like a crazy fool. I'm just saying that. So
Mm.
that's
Damn.
all I wanted to say. But like give her some grace because it is nerve-wracking. And I think she's trying to stay afloat. She's trying to keep her kids in a lifestyle. And let's be honest, she's the one running the finances for her children. I
Yeah.
think it's the stress of what's my next move? What's my next business opportunity? I
Yeah.
got to have this money running in. These kids are small. She has to think for the next couple of years how she's going to take care of her kids because he's not doing it.
Yeah.
So just give her
Definitely.
some grace. But that's all, Kempire. I'm
Take
sorry I
care.
went over.
No, it's
All right.
okay. Take care. Shout out to our members of the channel. Here's the thing. I agree. I definitely agree with what Brooklyn Star said. Can we just talk about Melody's glow up? Because when they did that flashback of I mean, she's a pretty woman, but the glow up of where she is today with the looks and the business. Look, the looks is one thing, but like her businesses and how she's doing. I mean, we have to talk about that. That's pretty amazing. All right, enough about me talking. All right, I'm gonna bring up Danielle next. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there. Okay, I'm gonna be quick because I wrote my points down. So me saying Mel calling Stormy from the burner phone shows us that Mel didn't want her to have the new number.
Uh,
Because if she did, she would have called from her regular phone. And Stormy kind of talked like, whose number is this when she saw the number? So Mel knew what she was doing. And I get what you were saying, how she called everyone to be fair. Nah, that wouldn't be fair. She don't want Stormy to have that number. She did that intentionally.
she didn't want
And
any of those
when
people
you
to have the
said,
number.
could Stormy and I get that. Like Maurice and well, she didn't have to call Maurice, but when she called everyone else, Tisha and all them, I can get why she doesn't want them to have the number. But if she really wanted to be true friends with Stormy, she would have called Stormy from her regular phone, so Stormy would have had the new number and not looking for Stormy to reach out to her in the DMs because that was a bit much. And when you asked, did Stormy record Mel? I think Stormy's mom trying to record Mel because I think she's goofy enough to do it and messy enough to do something like that. So I wouldn't put it past Stormy. Wait for Stormy's mom. Stormy mom gave us a little bit last week. Stormy mom is a mess. I think Stormy mom probably did the recording. If Stormy has access to the recording or someone recording, they trying to say Stormy did, I think it was her mother. Then I think Tisha was wrong for asking a little cousin to move to the business now that she's going to go meet with Kiki. No, girl, your business is new. That girl just landed a new position, whatever she's doing with the organization she's with. Get you established a little bit. Let the cousin come work part-time to help you build up your business and then ask her to move over. You got a brand new business and child, the way you be she's smart business wise, but we know she don't have the best street sense. So let's just build the business a little bit before you make me leave. And I think it seemed like that was the cousin's hesitation.
Mm.
Like, girl, you just started this, but you just got your license. You don't even have an EIN number yet. Calm down. And then, okay, so with Chris and Nell, I really like them. This is not our first time seeing them.
No.
And it's not our first time seeing them with Martel and Mel, because remember, Chris is the one that Marceau told Tisha he was going to Atlanta with. So I think Chris and Nell are like the old school couple that everybody just know, everyone's cool with, and they just go to them. And they've been married for a while. And I know they say black don't crack, and she's not cracking, but Mel does seem like she's a little older than Chris. So it seems like she's like an older, wiser woman, and that's why they go to her. I don't know. She just comes off as auntie vibes, even at our 40-year-old age. She just comes off like she's probably like a Karen, like 59, still looking good.
I'm about to say, I was like, she don't look it.
So that's how I take. She doesn't look it, but the vibes that I get, because she do y'all look it. She looked like Karen. She looked like she's 59 and looks damn good for it. That's what I'm saying. But she doesn't look like she's 40 like the rest of them.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, Danielle. All right. Adrian's backstage. I don't remember last time we talked to Adrian. What's going on, Adrian?
Hey, love, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. I know. I'm sorry about a little MIA. I had a lot going on. I was applying to grad school. I got in. I'm so excited. Yay! I'm going to Columbia, so I'm really excited. Yeah, so I've been a little MIA. So yes, we're going to be studying urban planning and real estate development. I'm really excited. But anyway, let me get to the mess. Okay, so Martel, I think he misses the status of family man. He misses the respect that he got in the community by being a part of that power couple. All the courtroom antics, and then Mel let it be known in the conversation with Nell later that they had actually tried to agree on babysitters. So okay, well, let's agree on somebody. He didn't want to work with her on that. So that's him trying to exert control. He's trying to reassert his position as head of the household, family man, the man of the house, decision maker, and he can't accept the fact that he's no longer in that position. Miss Nell, y'all gotta remember, they know them personally. Her and Chris Fletcher, they know them, have known them for years. She saw right through that 20 babysitter lie immediately. The truth is, the gay brother and his husband, that is the reason why he all of a sudden got a big deal about the babysitter, because he did not have a problem until he found out that they had watched the kids. Then all of a sudden it became an issue with who Mel had watching the kids when she was out of town on business. And Nell, she knows that Mel ain't the type of woman to just leave her children with 20-something people, because she's like, okay, well, who are they? Who name them? And he couldn't name them. And he just kept on, okay, but what if? Well, ain't no what if. Either she left them with 20 people or she didn't, right? Kimmy, I love Kimmy, but Kimmy gonna have to stop with this. It don't matter about what y'all saw them at, what it looked like, what y'all would want to see as a woman, as a wife. How do you not understand how steep of a hill that is to climb? This man had a whole baby on this woman. He created a whole life outside of that marriage. And I know a lot of married women, especially a lot of older women, that will say, I can get past cheating, but I can't get past the baby. Y'all know when this first came out, when I first started calling in about this, and I shared with you what happened to my own family. My grandmother had to watch her husband's side baby running around their house because she was friends with my mom when they were little girls. Like, that's way too much of an ask. And I think our generation now is saying, you know what? No, we're not going to do that because we don't have to. Stormy is giving needy. It's not giving, I run a $40 million empire. I want to see business deals. I want to see meetings. I want to see her create friendships with other people. I don't want to see her follow Mel around all season long. That's how Destiny got not liked. Tisha, this whole thing about Kiki, you're mad because Kiki wouldn't have your back in the lie that you were trying to tell about Mel being the one trying to destroy your marriage. All Kiki did was confirm that them rumors about Marcel was already in the Huntsville street. His mess was already out there. That didn't have nothing to do with Mel. And since I'll speak on it real quick about the brokerage thing, her cousin, depending on the contract, you could lose money or get sued. You could have to forfeit commission if you leave, depending on the deals of that contract. I don't know how her contract, but I know the way mine read. If I leave at a certain time, or if I leave with deals still on the table that haven't closed yet, I'll forfeit that. And Kiki said that her cousin was a luxury broker. If she's in a luxury market, that takes a minute to build up your brand and your name and your trust. I don't know what luxury is down in Huntsville. I'm assuming they probably talk about right around $1 million, between 750 and up probably is what they're thinking, not thinking, but would be luxury in that market. That takes a time to build up that type of brand recognition. Nobody's just going to automatically give you their $1 million listing just because you're on this show.
That
So I
part.
just wanted to put that out there. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, but I'll be tuning in because like what's the name said, I'm already kind of geared up to not like Stormy mom. I don't really like messy moms. I don't fool with it. I don't fool with it. So I already know I'm gonna be mad by the time she get on the scene with the little T. Anyway, all right, love. Glad to talk to you. I'll
Congrats
talk to you
again,
later.
Adrian.
Thank you. Bye
Take care.
bye.
Bye. Oh, I love that. I love when you guys please also keep us updated because some of you have been around for a very long time, and even if you're new, we like hearing your life updates or your personal story that relates to what we're recapping. So feel free, replay crew as well, to share your thoughts in the comment section as well. All right, Miss Bernice is backstage. We're going to bring her up next. Oh wait, Miss Bernice, 1 second. Let me just say thank you, Stanielle. Thank you so much for the super chat. Stanielle says, "I'm sorry, Kempire. He wants to control her and use the fact that she needs a babysitter so much to use it against her later in court." And my thing is, she's a working mom too, so it's sort of like, yeah, she needs a babysitter, and sometimes multiple babysitters. But again, I don't believe it's 20. All right, Miss Bernice, what's going on?
Hello, Kempire. How you doing? What up, though? Happy Sunday to
You
everybody.
too.
Okay, let me get my words right. It is the lowest day, so there's no cussing. Stormy. Let's start off with her. If you knew that she takes a sabbatical after every end of the season, why are you questioning her about her not calling you when you know beforehand that's what she does? She's dealing with a narcissistic butt head, and she's always on defense because she don't know what trick bag Martel is going to be coming out of. So if my room is right next to yours in the hotel, I'm hiding from him. I'm not coming out. I'm staying there until y'all knock on the door and say, we got to shoot. So it would behoove you to get off your butt and come and knock on her door and say, baby, how you doing? You need me to do anything? I got you. And then at the reunion, you said she's an associate. Okay? You're not a friend if you're an associate. I mean, I just know you. So I'm not obligated to give you my number. You defined her as associate. Come on, so why you getting the attitude now? You're being too needy. You're being too needy. Martel, I wish everybody would stop in this fantasy like Carlos was at the reunion, saying, oh, I just see you with Mel and y'all just so happy. Stop doing that because you're still putting that in his head. I can get her back. I can get her back. Mm-hmm. She don't want you back. It's unhealthy for her to have you back. She changed her number. When she broke down and said, I had to change my number 5 times. Come on, people. Really. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually. She don't need that man in her life. Get over it. It's done. Love you.
Thanks, Miss Bernice. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Woo! All right, let's get to some more callers, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel. If you're part of the replay crew, as always, we want to know your thoughts, where you're watching from, how you would rate this episode. How did you guys rate this episode? If you want to share your personal rating in the live chat, please let me know. I felt like it was a solid episode. For me, I probably upped the number that I would rate this episode because of that scene with Melody and Nell. And I probably would rate it a 7. 7.5 maybe, but definitely a 7. All right. Let me bring up Miss Tina next. What's going on, Miss Tina?
Hey, Kempire. I've been in MIA too. Mm-hmm. At the tender age of 66, I went back to work. I have my own aesthetics business, but it was slowing down. So I work for the Department of Education here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I work part-time and I love it.
Okay. Well, as long as you love it.
I love it. And I'm still waiting on you to come get those biscuits. But anyway, I zoned out after Kiki and Tisha, the boxing. I just zoned out. So one of your members said that they might just do the recaps. I might just do that, child, because I'm so over that. Martel is just playing in our face for the camera, child. He does not. He's gaslighting us. That's all. I think he still loves Mel. There will always be a love between them. But I don't think he loves her.
Mm.
not to be doing some of the nasty stuff he does to her. He
Yeah.
might still have a love for her, but he's not in love for her.
Mm.
Have you seen Mel's merch on Stylish Bond line?
No.
Oh my God, she has some beautiful outfits. The Stylish Bowling, I do believe it's Stylish Bowling, and she has a fashion line on there, and it's exquisite. So she is really glowing up. So go
Wow.
on that. He's on IG, and he styles for Mary Mary. He just did Cheryl Lee Ralph. He does all the big stars, but she's on his style line.
Oh, wow.
And trademark that. What's up on your merch? Go ahead and trademark that and make that some of your merch because I love it when you say that. But and everybody, Kempire always says, "It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. Don't beat up on the bruh."
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you.
Tina. Take
All right,
care.
bye-bye.
Bye. All right. All right, y'all. We're going to get to some more callers. I see we have Jesse backstage. We have Mamiana, Reclaimed Roof Tiles, and Shady Gal. Again, a reminder to the callers, I am putting on a timer, so please be brief, to the point, no profanity, no derogatory statements, those kinds of, you could be shady, but there's a line. There's a line. All right. We're going to get to some more callers, but let me just say thank you. We have a super chat from Ja J. Thank you for the super chat. Ja says, a happy Sunday, Kempire and fam. Hope you get better, Kempire. Thank you. Any news on Martel's wine? Mel shouldn't be shouldering this all by herself. Hashtag useless. They haven't mentioned it during the season, his wine. So has anyone tried it? Is it out there? All right. Look, asking. I don't drink, so I rely on you guys to try it out for me and then report back. All right, let's get to some more callers. I'm gonna bring up Jesse next. What's going on, Jesse?
Hi, Kempire. How you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good. Happy Sunday.
You too.
So I just wanted to bring up something that you probably aren't aware of that kind of changed my perspective on how I view Mel in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it was reported by another YouTuber who's close to Ms. Van that Martel was forced to go to therapy. Like it was mandated for him to go. And they're saying that it's alluding to something that happened at the reunion. He got into a fight with someone there. And then also, I don't know if you remember, Mel had said when she was hosting that other own show, he showed up there and caused the whole scene. So I really think that Mel is covering up, is still protecting him, so to speak, in a way, and not really telling everybody what's going on. And that's why her moves look so crazy as they do. Because when she did the interview with the Ooh Ladies First gang, she had mentioned that she only gave her number out to like 3 or 4 people. Nobody that was even associated to Martel, because what Martel was doing was going and asking people for her number. And that's why she had to change it so many times. And that was right around the time where her phone got hacked. And she was just like, what are the chances that his number will be calling me? And so there were people who were trying to reach out to Martel that were hitting her phone. So I think with her not giving the number to Stormy, it was really a protection sort of thing, because during that time she was saying, if you've never had your trust or your personal space invaded, you wouldn't understand how I would feel. And so once I heard that, and then when she had her one-on-one with Nell, and she said she changed her number 5 times in 2 years, and that he's a narcissist, I'm pretty sure that he's doing a lot behind the scenes that she's not even bringing to the forefront, that is causing her to move the way that she moves. So I can understand why it's like, I don't have beef with you, Stormy. Like, there's so much other stuff going on that like just fall back. And also my last thing before I jump off, when she was mentioning when she was on the Ooh Ladies First panel, she had mentioned that during this time of Stormy saying that she didn't hear from Mel, that she was viewing Mel's stories. So when Mel was just like, why didn't you DM me? It was pretty much like, you're watching my stories. If you haven't heard from me and you're watching my stories, why not just write and say, what up, girl, I text you, or whatever the case may be. So once I got that kind of context, it made it look a little different for me.
Yeah. And then the other part about that is, if she's concerned about her number getting to Martel, I mean, then I can understand why she wouldn't want to give her number to an associate or a person that's just working on a friendship. So
Yeah.
then there's that. Thank you for that perspective, Jesse, and thank you for calling in.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. See, look, here I go twerking on the fence again. Let's bring up Mamiana next. What's going on, Mamiana?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well.
I
How are
just want
you?
to say it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. But I just want to say we have our different opinions about Melanie, but I think we can all agree that it is important to respect people's boundaries because if you don't, something bad can happen, and I can relate to that all too well.
Mm.
When my former friend tried to get me and someone else to be friends, long story short, the police had to be called, and I gave that other friend a good talking to because what you're not going to do is force me to be friends with somebody.
Mm.
Second of all, I love Stormy. I'm a member of her Canvas Beauty. I love her products. However, I just wish she never joined the show.
Mm.
Also, her mother is very messy. I'm in a Facebook group on Facebook for Love and Marriage, and Stormy's mother is in there always giving her opinions. That is not needed. Like, you're too old. Oh, and lastly, we reached our messy mama threshold. Like, we already have Wanda in her French roll in her bad spritz. We don't need any more.
We haven't gotten messy with Mama Wanda all season. I mean, it's only episode 2.
Well, that's good. We're tired of her already.
Oh, all right. All right.
But that's all.
Thanks,
you.
Mamiana, for calling in. Our messy mama threshold. All right. Before I bring up the other guests, we do have a member of the channel in the chat, so I'm going to bring her up first. In my opinion, what's going on?
Kempire,
Hey.
we've been bamboozled.
By who?
By Carlos King.
Oh.
He told us it was going to be a different storyline, and we're on the same storyline with different people. We've been bamboozled. Let me tell you something. I'm so not interested in this whole season already. I'm already over it because I feel like what they keep doing is mixing in other people, and it's still the same storyline and repeat. Okay, we took Destiny out, now it's Stormy turn. Like, we took Mama Wanda out, now it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of that because here's the thing. Yes, it's boring here in Alabama, but it ain't this boring.
Oh,
okay?
damn.
Like, it ain't this boring. Like, it ain't this hard, okay? Like, do y'all need me to come up? Like, let me tell you something. Huntsville is like I said, it's more like a school town. It's more like a, you want to go out and have wine, dinner, stuff like that. It ain't got a lot of clubs or nothing like that. But it is a pretty nice town for the most part. Like I said, it ain't the best town in Alabama, but it is a pretty nice town. But it ain't got to be this hard. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they keep trying to make us believe storylines that we don't believe. Because it's hard for me to believe. You friends with somebody 1 minute, and then the next minute you just accidentally forget to give somebody your phone number. Or you accidentally don't call somebody. Like, that don't make sense to me. If I'm your friend, whether we working on it or not, and I've been talking to you, I'm not going to disrespect you by saying you got to get in touch with me through the DMs. I don't care if my friend was talking to me through DMs. Me and you talk through the DMs, Kempire, but when you put the call in link in, I call in every day to see you, right?
Yeah, good point.
Because we friends. That's what friends do. But that's weak. That was a weak line, and I ain't going for it. Okay. And Martel, he needs some real therapy, okay? Let me tell you something. That boy head so in the clouds, I don't know what's wrong with him. But I'm going to let you go, Kempire. You have a nice day. Make sure you get you something good to eat. And thank you to all the mods in the chat. Y'all are doing such a wonderful job.
Always. Thank you so much, in my opinion. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
You guys really make the callers and those of you in the live chat and the replay crew, you guys really make this worth recapping. I told you the only reason why I even started recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville was because you requested it. This is one of the shows that you guys have said, oh, please recap it. So we've been recapping it for, 3 years at this point? I can't even remember. It was during the pandemic we started recapping it. But I have been seeing the same thing where you guys have been saying, like, this is the same storyline. It's the same recycle situation. How do you guys feel about that? All right, let me bring up these last couple of callers. Reclaim roof tiles. What's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you
I'm well. How
doing?
are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you?
Over and out loud and clear. Oh, Kempire, I think you're so amazing. You're the only reason I listen to YouTube or plug into it. I love what you do. You're an inspiration. I've traveled all around the world with you. I'm the one that's behind the I'm a subscriber. Do you know what I mean? And I get the notifications. I can't afford the membership. So
It's okay.
anybody who's giving out free memberships, hey. But as well, with everything that you do, I don't know if I've got enough time, but it's my first time on it. I think you're amazing. You're easy on the eye. You speak your truth and you say it how it is. And I love your bit where you say, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. And I've been singing it to my friends. They think it's my song. So thank you, Kempire. And yeah, with Mel, I think she's putting a bit on. Stormy's called her out on her crap, which is what she should do. And Martel's begging it too much. And he just needs to, and he's so horrible. What about that other chick that he got from Housewives? And look how she's gonna feel. She got the dirty with the guy from jail, and now with Martel live on TV, she's got no look, and she's beautiful. So it just goes to show beauty, personality, having your own money does not make you keep a man. All right. So thank you so much. You're amazing, good to look at. Keep everything up. And I'm really sorry about your hand. Maybe you should take out medical insurance.
Thank you so much for calling. And where are you calling from?
England, Nottingham.
All right. Well, thank you.
Robin Hood country, football. This is where it begins. Yeah, Nottingham.
Okay.
Bigging it up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
And you too. How do I hang up?
Just click out. Just click out. Bye. I love it. 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 Okay. And last and definitely not least, we're going to take one more caller. Shady Gal, what is going on?
Child, I am just like my emoji. I'm Courage the Cali dog. Because half these people are scary. And it's just like a whole list of mental issues on a TV show. I feel like, in the words of Mama Joyce, this is all a scheme by Carlos King to bring us the BS. Because I'm sorry, are we acting like during this time that Martel ain't suing this woman over her children and you trying to walk me to my car, but you got me in court wasting my money? Boy, stop. Full stop. You talking about we got babysitters, baby, that's my family. What do you mean? They can't be around their uncle? They can't be around their cousins, their grandma? You ain't got a lot of family, see, that ain't in jail, allegedly. They ain't been arrested, allegedly. So I can't have my kids around some good influences. Now, as much as I appreciate Mel, you need to be in therapy too, sweetie, because you still in survival mode. It don't make sense. And I get that he's making you change your number and stuff. Baby, all it takes is like, hey, my man is toxic. Reach out to me on WhatsApp. Talk to me on press. Talk to me on text now. Talk to me on Messenger because I'm being harassed. That's all you got to say. I hate to say it, but it's a lot of women who go through that situation and they're able to still communicate. And it shouldn't just be on Stormy because when y'all came on the show, like even in season 2, you used Stormy's house to do your music video. Y'all had a business relationship. For the sake of with the businesses you're trying to do, maintain that. But I do feel Melody on Stormy's mama and all that. Like that's weird. That is weird. Like Betty, we don't want Wanda 2.0. I legit stopped watching after the whole fight happened with Wanda because I'm just like, girl, you doing the most. You've been doing the most. And then the fact that everybody got on their reunion and defended her was disgusting to me. You can love somebody and call out your mom. Right is right and wrong is wrong, whether they're your elder or not. Okay. I'm just saying.
All right, Shady Gal. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. Bye. All right. Let me switch this. Hold on, y'all. Here are my final thoughts. Final thoughts. Hold on. There we go. And don't forget, guys, one of our proud sponsors of the channel, Rose Forever. Mother's Day is literally, speaking of mothers, damn. Speaking of mothers, Mother's Day is only maybe like a month away, and not even, but less than a month away. Be sure to head on over to roseforever.com or the links in the description of this video so you can get something for yourself or your mom or a mom that you truly appreciate. And you can get $25 off when you use the discount code Kempire25. Shout out to our, for those of you that have already did this for like Valentine's Day and things like that. We appreciate you guys supporting our channel because we do get a little bit of a kickback from you using that code Kempire25. So thank you all for supporting any way that you can. Final thoughts. Next week's episode looks interesting. We're going to see the continuation of the conversation between Tisha and Kiki. But again, a lot of us are very confused as why they're still beefing. We're also going to see Tiffany get activated with Kiki. So that will be interesting. And I like this conversation that we're having about Melody. Because I think very much like me, we're all seeing the different sides of this is where Melody may be wrong. And we can see where Melody might be coming from when it comes to the whole Martel situation and why she possibly wouldn't give her number out to everybody, especially someone she considers an associate. Or you might see the other side of that. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you, Tiana. Tiana says this. Hold on. There we go. Tiana says, Melody just revealed on a radio station that 2 weeks ago, Martel sent her 10 dozen roses. 120 roses. He wants that old thing back. And here's the problem, Martel. Don't let me start preaching again. Look. Don't let me start preaching again, Bart. You should have used Rose Forever, Martel. Because at least those roses would have lasted for at least a year. Kempire 25. But there's the problem with Martel. Martel, you don't understand. When I talk about action and proving that you've changed, it's not about being superficial and sending Melody roses. She would rather see you respect her boundaries. When she says, no, I can walk to my car, you respect, like, oh, okay, no problem. Respect the fact that I don't have 20 babysitters. I don't need you telling people these false narratives. Martel, and if it's true that this therapy was mandated, who was it mandated by? Carlos? Because you know Carlos mentioned it during the reunion last season. I need him to do better. I need him to do better. Anyways. All right. Anyways, guys. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Shout out to those of you that send in Venmos, Cash Apps, all that stuff. We really do appreciate it. We see it after the live. Thank you. Shout out to our members of the channel. If you would like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. And thank you to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them. Thank you. And I will see you guys Monday evening. Did you guys tell me that you wanted to see a Love is Blind season 4 recap, exclusive, like the ultimate recap? Because tonight is the reunion, live reunion on Netflix. So tomorrow we can recap the entire season and you can call in and share your thoughts. Or should we just save it for Tuesday Takeover where we talk about a variety of reality TV? I just feel like there's so much to talk about with that. You'll let me know in the live chat and you'll let me know in the comment section. Replay crew, as always, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to let us know where you're watching from and your thoughts. Again, thank you all for being here. Let's get out of here with some music. I'm not going to play the church music again. I'm going to play something different, something else. Because what Melody needs from Martel is some freedom.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before